Hey winners, Kevin Ward here at YesMasters.com. Now this is a follow-up video to the video I did on a client, the VIP client referral program. And that is how you get 5 referrals in with every listing, and how you get a testimonial with every listing, and how you put that into the listing agreement that will actually work. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of a bonus or a twist on that that gives you some extra leverage. Now, have you ever had a seller who wanted you to reduce the commission? Or even a buyer, for that matter, who wanted you to kick back a little bit of the commission. And here's the deal. I'm going to never encourage you and say, okay, you should do this. I'm not ever going to tell you you need to discount your commission, you need to cut your commission. But here's what I know. Most of you at one time or another are going to reduce your commission, because most agents do. Now, if you don't ever, great, good for you, don't do it. You don't have to do it. However, if you've ever been in one of those situations where you realize, okay, I like 6% as my commission, but they're in this market, they're in my particular market, or in this price range, there's a lot of agents that'll do it for 5%. I've got to compete with that, and so I just know I'm going to end up reducing it to 5.5 or 5 or whatever. Well, here's my question. What if there were a way that instead of just reducing your commission, you could actually do something with the seller that is a win-win? And that means if you're going to give them some commission rebate, so to speak, that you also get a benefit from it. And here's how you do that. You very simply take the VIP client referral program, which means, hey, if you're satisfied with my services, will you agree to provide a testimonial for me and great reviews for me on several websites, and also give me the referrals to 5 or 6 people that you think are most likely to sell or buy real estate in the next year? Would you be willing to do that? Now let me just show you how you can tie this together. Let's say you've got a seller, you've got a great opportunity to get the listing, but they said, we've got another agent, they're one of the top agents in the market, they said they'll do it for X%. I'll just say 5%. What are you going to do? And here's how you do that. You say, well, I typically don't just reduce my commission, but I tell you what I will do. I have a VIP client referral program, or sometimes I call it a rebate program, and this is how it works. And actually, for those of you who are my clients, you actually have this format of how you do this. So I'm just going to kind of give you a quick example. This basically goes this way. You've asked for them to provide you a testimonial, to provide reviews for you on Yelp, on Google Places, on Trulia.com, on Zillow.com, and so forth, or LinkedIn, all these websites, and to provide you the referrals of 5 or more people that they think are most likely to sell or buy real estate in the next 12 months. So here's what you do now, is you basically work and trade with them and say that for once you give me the testimonial and the 5 reviews on these 5 websites or whatever, and you've got to provide them the links. You actually provide it, here's the link, so they can link, it goes directly to your page, to your Yelp profile, or your Trulia or Zillow profile, or your LinkedIn thing, where they can just put put the testimonial in there, or the review. Now here's how they do it. They simply write it, and then they're going to literally copy it and paste it into those different links on the proper spot, so that they're giving you a 5-star review. And here's kind of how the deal works, is you give them a rebate on their commission for every positive review they place for you on those different sites. Okay, so they put one on Yelp, they put one on Zillow, they put one on Trulia, they put one on Google Places, they put one on LinkedIn, and they get 5 rebates. Now watch this. What if you did $50 per positive review as a rebate? Okay, so if they put their 5 reviews, they only have to write it one time, and they just clip and paste it on the different links, because you're going to send them in an email the exact links. They click on the link, goes to that link, they just paste in the review, give you a 5-star rating, and boom, it's there. You can give them a real simple instructional email on how to do it. Once they do it, they get a $250 rebate on the commission at closing. All right, now watch this. Let's say they want a 5%, they want a reduction of 1% of the commission. Say, well, we want you to reduce from 6 to 5, or whatever it is. Well, you know what, I don't reduce commission, but here's what I will do. And you do that, and then watch this. You've also asked in the listing agreement for them to give you 5 referrals. Okay, watch this. I will give you, now let's just say we're going to go, and you're willing to give them a rebate of $1,000 on the commission. Okay, just play with me here now. Watch how it goes. For every referral that you give me of somebody that you think is likely to sell or buy real estate in the next 12 months, I will give you a $200 credit at closing. Or you can do it this way, and up to 5. And that means for up to 5 people, that's a $1,000 credit. If they give you 5 referrals, it's a $1,000 rebate at closing. Now I'm giving you some numbers. You can play with that however you want to. But let's just say, for example, that your gross commission on average is $5,000. So let's just play with the $5,000 is the commission check. You got a $5,000 commission check that's on your side. Okay, this is the listing side, and they want you to reduce it. Now, what do they typically want? How much do they typically want you to reduce it? Well, they want you to go from, from your side from 3% to you to 2% to you. Well, that's a 33% reduction, right? So watch this. What if I told them, okay, here's what I'll do. Every time, for every positive review on Yelp, I'll give you a $50 rebate. So I'm giving them $250 as a rebate for great reviews and a testimonial. And for every referral they give me, up to 5, I will give them a $200 rebate on the commission, up to $1,000. Okay. Now I'm just showing you if it's a $5,000 commission check. So they give you five referrals, $200 each is $1,000 total. That is a total of $1,250 that you are giving them as a rebate on the commission at closing. You're not paying any money up front. There's no risk. If it doesn't close, they get no rebate because you're not making any money. Okay? So once it closes escrow, then they're getting a rebate of $1,250 on the commission, so you're only making $37.50. Now here's what that represents. That right there represents oh, that one ran out of ink. That right there represents 25% of the gross commission. Now, for a lot of traditional agents, a lot of real estate agents out there, that is a traditional, very common referral fee. In other words, if an agent sent you a seller and they referred it to you, would you pay them a 25% referral fee to be able to service that seller? And the answer is almost every time, absolutely yes. Well, now what I'm simply doing is I'm basically giving that benefit to the seller, because otherwise, guess what you were going to do? You're going to reduce your commission a whole point, which would take your half of it from, let's say, 3% to 2%. So all of a sudden, your $5,000 commission would be knocked down by over $1,500. So it would be about $3,400. It'd actually be less than that, but it would be $3,400. And all you've done is made less money, and you've got no testimonials, no positive reviews on Yelp or anything else, and you've got no referrals. Now, be honest with me, has that happened to you before? And I'll bet you, if you've been an agent for a long time and you've done a lot of listings, I'll bet you've reduced your commission on transactions where you went from $5,000 in your pocket or a gross commission down to $3,400 or more. You may have even gone half of it. You have taken $2,500 and you got nothing for it except a client who now thinks they can use you for half price. Are you following me? So all I'm doing is I'm creating, instead of it being a win for them and a lose for me, if I cut my commission, okay, and again, I'm not recommending you to go about cutting your commission. You provide great service, you get paid for it. However, if you're gonna ever feel like as a business decision, I need to make a concession here, make a concession that adds value to them, but also adds value to you, so it's a win-win. Because here's the reality, is in these day and age, a positive review on websites is absolutely amazing, huge horsepower. And here's why. They did a survey of consumers in the United States last year. I think it was in 2013, 2012. And here was what the review was, is of people who look at review, what we call peer review websites. In other words, before they buy something, do they look at consumer reviews on these websites like Yelp, and in real estate like Trulia and Zillow and so forth. And of those who did, 87% said that they reviewed the reviews. They actually looked at the reviews and they were looking for 5-star ratings. That they were looking for the business provider or the business or the agent or whatever that had the highest reviews. And here was the amazing thing. 86% said that mattered to them. And only 2% said they said there was a 2% chance they would use you if you had no reviews. Now, look at your profiles on these review sites, whether it's LinkedIn, Zillow, Trulia, Google Places, which is pretty powerful, and of course something like Yelp. Do you have great reviews on there? If you don't, how could you get them? Well, this would be a great way to get them, and here's what you're trading off for, is you're trading off for horsepower. So you got testimonial. This testimonial you can use in all your marketing to create credibility, because third-party referral is absolutely huge for you. Plus, getting 5 referrals of the people that they think are most likely. We're not just saying 5 referrals of anybody. Who's the people most likely to sell or buy real estate in the next 12 months? Now, if they give you on average 5 referrals, and some of them will give you 10, In case some of them may only give you 2 or 3. Totally cool. Because what you're doing is you're building what I call your real estate vortex. It's going to just constantly bring more business to you. Because if you take one happy customer and you turn them into 5 with those 5 referrals, out of that you're going to get 5 deals in the next 12 months. Because you've let them know that's my intention, that's my commitment to give great service to you. So you want to give me word of mouth marketing. And it will work like magic. Now you can do it without giving any rebates or any kind of that at all. However, if you ever need it, you've always got a way now to give a win to the customer if they're demanding a discount on the commission. Now you're doing it as a rebate back to them as a VIP client. You build that, you let them know this is not just something I'll do for anybody. I only do this for my special clients. In other words, people who belong to me, who there's that sense of loyalty. And I do that because I'm building that relationship. So hey, look, I'll do this as a win-win to help you out in this transaction because you're going to also be helping me out in doing some stuff for me in return. Does that sound fair enough? And you can call it an ethical, you can call it a bribe if you want to, but listen, it's a totally ethical bribe. And it's totally in their best interest and your best interest. And what you're doing is you're trading off something of value to them as for something of great and long-lasting value to you in return. Now here's the most important thing is that whatever you're doing it out there, embracing your life, engaging opportunity, play to win, and always expect yes.